Ladies and gentlemen, the School of Health Professions. Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Sciences. Doctor of Philosophy in Reproductive Clinical Science, Embryology, and Andrology. Doctor of Health Sciences. Master of Science in Art Therapy and Counseling. Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences, Medical. Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences, Research. Master of Public Health. Master of Physician Assistant. Master of Science in Reproductive Clinical Science, Embryology, and Andrology. Master of Surgical Assisting. Master of Science in Laboratory Animal Science. Master of Science in Contemporary Human Anatomy. Master of Health Sciences, Pathologist Assistant. Master of Healthcare Analytics. Master of Histotechnology. Master of Healthcare Administration. The Eastern Virginia School of Medicine, School of Medicine. Doctor of Medicine. Eastern Virginia Medical School faculty. The Eastern Virginia Medical School Platform Party.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as local community member Ashley Brooke Bell sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Dr. Galicia Castillo, the Chief Marshal for today's ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce Director of the EVMS Board of Visitors, Dr. Bruce Waldholtz. Dr. Waldholtz.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Visitors of the entire Eastern Virginia Medical School, on behalf of our entire family, it is an honor and privilege to welcome you to the 2023 commencement ceremony. As we turn the page on the first half century of EVMS history, we thank each of you for your contributions to this incredible institution. You are now an important part of our EVMS story and our shared future. Our entire EVMS family is so proud of you and sure of your success. We look forward to celebrating your accomplishments in the years ahead. We are so happy to be here today with you, celebrating the class of 2023 and watching as these impressive students proudly walk across this stage. As you may know, Hampton Roads hosts one of the largest military populations in our nation. At this time, we ask that all of our graduates, faculty, officials, and guests who are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords to indicate that they have or are currently serving in the United States Armed Forces to stand and please be recognized. Thank you so very much for your sacrifice and our service to our country. To our graduates, we offer our congratulations. Our Board of Visitors looks forward to your continued success as you move forward in your careers in medicine, and the health professions. To our distinguished faculty, we offer our thanks for the guidance, support, and wisdom you have shared with our students. And to the friends, family, members, and guests here today, thank you for all that you have done to help our students thrive and succeed. Please join us in congratulating them. At this time, we would like to acknowledge EVMS administration and academic leadership, along with some of our honored guests. Representing our EVMS Board of Visitors, the Honorable Dawn Hester, our Vice Rector, Dr. Betty Bivens, our Secretary, Chair of the EVMS Board of Trustees, Ms. Shirley Baldwin. From Old Dominion University, Dr. Bonnie Van Lunen, Dean of the College of Health Sciences, and from our vital healthcare partner, Sentara Healthcare, Dr. Jordan Asher. We are also delighted to have EVMS alumnus, Dr. Paul Bivens, with us today. 2 years ago, Dr. Paul Bivens was honored during commencement with an honorary degree for his service to the community and contributions to his field. Dr. Bivens. Thank you all so very much for taking part in this important EVMS celebration. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce to you the President and Provost of Eastern Virginia Medical School and the Dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. Alfred Abu-Hamid.
Thank you, Dr. Waldholz. It's an honor to stand before you today and a privilege to participate in your graduation ceremony. I have a few quick words for our graduates before I introduce our guest speaker. First, I want to remind you that your success today is not yours alone. You're here today because of your hard work and achievements, but also because you had tremendous support in achieving your goals. Your spouse, your significant other, your family, your uncle, your friends likely played a big role in your success, and today, and deservingly, they celebrate with you. So I'd like to ask all of our graduates to stand. And now, I'd like you to join me in applauding your family and friends who helped make your success today possible. You may be seated. I'd like to share some words of advice as you make the transition from an EVMS student to a professional striving to make a lasting impact on the health of communities. For those of you who will be embarking on a clinical career, remember to treat every patient as if she is your sister, mother, or a relative. Take the time to listen to your patients. They often tell you what the diagnosis is. To make the time to get to know your patients and understand their daily struggles beyond the symptoms they're presenting with. Your remedies should also account for their environments. And to the graduates who will be conducting research and working in labs, leading conversations around public health, or teaching the next generation of healthcare professionals, remember that your role is crucial. It takes every one of us to safeguard the health of the community. To our graduates, remember that you are now a role model in your community. Make sure that you honor the profession back by always upholding high ethical and moral values. And finally, I urge you to give back to your community and to your profession. When all is said and done, what matters the most is not your material possessions, but rather the value that you gave to others. Congratulations, and may you carry the missions of EVMS forward. It's now my honor to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Kirsten Bivens Domingo. Dr. Bivens Domingo is the 17th editor-in-chief of the Journal of the American Medical Association and the JAMA Network. She's the Lee Goldman, MD, Endowed Professor of Medicine and Professor of Epidemiology and Biostatistics at the University of California, San Francisco, a general internist, cardiovascular disease epidemiologist, and a national leader in prevention and interventions to address health disparities. Dr. Bibbins Domingo is a physician scientist who has used observational studies, pragmatical trials, and simulation modeling to examine effective clinical, public health, and policy interventions aimed to prevent disease. Dr. Bibbins Domingo previously served as the inaugural Vice Dean for Population Health and Health Equity in the UCSF School of Medicine and the chair of the Department of Epidemiology and Biostatistics at UCSF. She also co-founded the UCSF Center for Vulnerable Populations at Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital. She's an elected member of the American Society for Clinical Investigation, the Association of American Physicians, the National Academy of Medicine, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bibbins Domingo.
Hello. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. I'm particularly moved to be here at EVMS. This is a return home for me. My grandparents are from the Eastern Shore of Virginia. My father was born and raised here just across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge near Cape Charles. The home where my father grew up is where my uncle, Dr. Paul Bibbins, and my aunt, Dr. Betty Bibbins, now still live. Both are graduates of this illustrious institution. My uncle, a PhD genetic scientist, my aunt, a physician and OBGYN, and now on the Board of Visitors for EVMS. So although I'm not a graduate of EVMS, this institution is very much part of our family's legacy, representing the commitment to higher education that my grandparents instilled in us, and our family's commitment to science and medicine. Today I want to speak to the graduates. You are in your seats here, happy, exhausted, maybe a little nervous about what lies ahead. You're about to embark upon one of the most exciting times in your career, moving from the classroom to the career that you trained for. You've worked hard to get this far, and chances are good the hard work is just beginning. You're headed to residencies, to other advanced training, or to your first big job in important fields. You got this far because you kept your head down and you worked hard. But before you commence on this path of more hard work, I'd urge you to step back for a second and remember why you started down this path to begin with. What was it that led you to choose a path in medicine or one of the health professions? Think back. What was it for you? I'm going to guess that for most of you, it was a desire to help others. It was a desire to comfort. It's very likely it was an abiding belief in wanting to do good for the world. The belief that the world can be a better place, and the commitment that you want to be part of making it a better place. Unfortunately, the training that we are all part of is really hard. And some studies show that our way of training in medicine squeezes out that very thing that made you want to go into this profession to begin with. And we know that even now, as you enter clinical practice after training, it's going to be hard as well. Since the pandemic, we've only heard more about the burnout that has become part of our professions. So as you enter this next phase in your career, one in which you will still be asked to work hard and keep your head down, I'd urge you to keep your head up and to remember those emotions and feelings that called you to embark upon these careers to begin with. These are really exceptional careers that you are starting on, and you know this because of the mission you felt that led you to this place to begin with. I want you to focus with me on two symbols that I think about often that embody what I believe to be very special aspects of these careers that you're embarking on. The first image is the stethoscope, and the second, the stone. So let's start first with the stethoscope. Okay, it's a pretty iconic symbol for what it means to be a physician or a clinician of any type. This might be the first thing that somebody gifted you when you started on this path. It might be something that you purchased yourself. Whether we wear it in our ears, around our neck, in our pockets, it identifies us immediately as clinicians. It is certainly a useful tool in what we do clinically, but that's not why I want you to reflect on the stethoscope. In fact, if we're honest, with all of the advanced imaging and testing and future augmentation with artificial intelligence, the humble stethoscope is very likely to go by the wayside. Even when I was in training, and this was many years ago now, a very prominent pulmonologist told us that the stethoscope is most useful for diagnosing lung disease when you hold it up to the chest X-ray. So I love the stethoscope, but not because it's a recognizable symbol for healthcare, not because I'm able to detect third heart sounds. I love the stethoscope because it symbolizes for me the privilege we hold in this profession, in being invited into the lives of our patients, usually at a time when they're most vulnerable. To use a stethoscope, you must be in close proximity to the patient. You are connected to them by the stethoscope, and you're usually not more than a foot away because of the rubber tubing. To use a stethoscope, you need a quiet space. You need to actually be present, to listen for what's going on with a patient. For most patients, there are few people in their lives with whom they are as intimate as they are with a clinician using a stethoscope. Very few people are invited to come as close to most patients. Their spouse, their significant other, their children, their parents, a few selected loved ones, and us. We are in that close physical, psychological, emotional space with patients during their most trying times because of the profession we chose. What an extraordinary privilege and responsibility. Think of this when you use your stethoscope, what it really means to be side by side with another human being at a trying time in their lives. And when you remember that there are very few others that have the privilege of sharing this space, try also to remember the humanity in that person you are touching. As your president and dean said, think of them as your mother, your father, your child, your grandparent. Make decisions with them as you would your loved ones. Clinical practice is deeply personal. And for us to be our best in our profession requires that we recognize the privileged position we are in and that we take it personally to deliver the best care for those who entrust their care to us. The other symbol I'd like to reflect with you on is the stone. Now, the stone is not naturally something associated with medicine and the professions, but it represents for me the areas that, regardless of the career you've chosen, that we call on you to do your best to advance health in your communities and in the world. Some of you are stone makers. You chisel at the stone to uncover new insights, to further a scientific concept, or test an idea that will affect clinical practice. You are the scientists. You are helping to build the foundation of our knowledge that underlies medicine and the health professions. Some of you will join research teams, some of you will lead research teams, and some of you will share new insights garnered at the bedside as you care for patients. The world needs the stone makers who will continue the careful work of chiseling and sculpting to uncover new insights and innovations to advance our understanding and our work in medicine. Some of you are keepers of the stones. You are the teachers. You collect the stones you've gathered here during your time at EVMS. You will keep gathering new stones as the stone makers produce them over time. You are the keepers of the stones who are called upon to share the collected wisdom of these stones. Some of you may do these formally as instructors or professors at universities and in formal classroom settings, but most all of us are teachers within the practice of our profession because we are in a profession where teaching happens by apprenticing with others. We learn by doing. We learn from our colleagues all the time around us. See one, do one, teach one is the tried and true model in medicine and the health professions. And so most of us are keepers of the stones that we collect along the way and that we share with others that come after us and who we work alongside with. The practice of medicine is built on the keepers of the stones. Some of you will be stone throwers. These stones will be weapons. They will be tools of destruction. Important destruction that tears down the impediments to health that exist all around us. To advance health, we desperately need the stone throwers, because some of the most intractable issues we face in medicine and in caring for our patients are deeply rooted in long-standing poverty, inequality, injustice, racism, and oppression. We need the stone throwers who are impatient to bring about the change that's so critical for improving health. Some of you are naturally stone throwers, but all of us are called to recognize when there are systems of injustice that stand in the way of our patients' health. All of us are called upon to do more than just care for the person in front of us, but also to speak out and to work with others when we see that there is an injustice, especially one that impacts the health of the patient in front of us or others like him or her. We know that there are systemic inequities that have significant health consequences for the communities we serve. And as a community-oriented School of Medicine and Health Professions here at EVMS, you know this particularly well. And we sometimes need to be willing to throw some stones. Most importantly, all of us must be builders. We must take our stones and use them to build for a better future. Starting with the foundational stones you received here at EVMS, adding stones as the scientists make new discoveries, and reinforcing with other stones over time that the stone keepers will share with you. All of us must be builders. We even have to work alongside the stone throwers as they are breaking down old walls that impede health. Builders need to come along and pick up the best stones to build new structures to advance health. We are all builders for a better future, for medicine and health. We do this for our patients and for the professions that you are now entering and that we hold dear. Stone makers, keepers of the stone, stone throwers, and builders. All of us have the capacity to use our stones in each of these ways. Our job is to recognize when and how to use our stones the best, and to recognize that the hard work of building for a better future that we are all called to do requires that we work together. Stone maker, keeper, thrower, and builder, working together with our stones to build the better future that we all seek. So I salute you, class of 2023. As you commence on this next stage in your career, I'd urge you to remember what brought you to these lofty professions to begin with. Stay idealistic. Hold on to what brought you here. Recognize what a privilege it is to care for another human being. Recognize the humanity in everyone you touch. And use your stones wisely, whether you are a maker, keeper, thrower, or builder. I congratulate you. I congratulate your parents and your supporters who will walk with you on this journey. I look forward to being a part of the change that you will bring about in the world and in your communities, and I will be cheering you on. Thank you.
Dr. Abu Hamid and Dr. Waldholtz will now present this year's honorary degree. Dr. Abu Hamid.
Dr. Bibens Domingo is a world-class physician, scientist, and leader who has left an indelible mark on the field of medicine, government, and civic leaders, hospital systems, academic health centers, and healthcare foundations have depended on her visionary leadership and wise counsel. Throughout her career, Dr. Bibens Domingo has demonstrated the best qualities of a healthcare professional: compassion, intellect, proficiency, and humility. She's a true role model for all who practice in this profession. Dr. Bibens Domingo, for your contributions to the field of academic medicine and healthcare, we are proud to award you with an honorary degree from EVMS. Would you please join us at the podium?
By virtue of the authority invested in me by the Board of Visitors of Eastern Virginia Medical School, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Todd Howell, student representative for the Doctor of Health Sciences class of 2023, will offer remarks.
Congratulations, class of 2023. As we've studied and learned together over the last few years, we've been exposed to new ideas and ways of thinking. We've learned to respect and question ideas and to recognize there is seldom only one way to approach a challenge. However, we live and work in a world where that way of thinking is not always the case. Our society has increasingly become more polarized. We go to social media to share viewpoints with people whose values and beliefs align or intersect with our opinions. Too often, when differences arise, they escalate to passionate arguments about politics, the economy, and even health. When people challenge an idea, they can be attacked and belittled from every side. Even when we do connect with people whose views are at odds with our beliefs, we try to persuade them to forsake their point of view in favor of ours. The problem is that the other side clearly thinks the same way, and this causes neither side to be satisfied. There is another way to work through this. We need to be able to listen to others and to find ways to try and understand those who think differently from us. John Milton, the English poet best known for his epic poem Paradise Lost, said the following in 1644. Quote, "Where there is much desire to learn, there of necessity will be much arguing, much writing, many opinions. For opinion in good men is but knowledge in the making." End of quote. If this was true almost 400 years ago, it is much more accurate today. As graduates of EVMS, we must help to pave a path of civility and respect. When we learn to listen and respect others' positions, those with whom we talk become more open. Having receptive language skills is contagious. Those who disagree with us become more receptive in return. As members of the healing professions, that is something we need more of: ongoing dialogues and receptive listening. With this, I'll conclude and say congratulations again to the members of the School of Health Professions and School of Medicine, class of 2023. Let's be the ones who usher in a new age of civility and respect. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Riley Suter, student representative for the MD class of 2023, will offer remarks.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming out, just to hear me speak. Now, I've got 3 minutes of your time, so please don't ignore me like you've ignored all my emails over the years. As a former med master, I've actually been thinking about being up here since I first came to EVMS. I told myself that I'm going to make a speech that's so impactful, it's going to blow everyone away. I've got 6 years to write it. I don't really know what happened, but time kind of got away from me. But anyway, I feel like these speeches are usually have a theme or like an overarching message, like the ones we just heard, but I don't feel like I'm really in a good place to give advice. But I guess if I had a theme, it would be, we've been here a long time. Some longer than others. I'm turning 29 tomorrow. Yeah, happy birth. I'm kidding. We don't have time for that. But anyway, so we spent all this time isolated in school, right? Now we're finally re-emerging into the workforce to take care of patients, make some money, finally do something with our lives, like all our college friends have been doing for years. But a lot has happened with our school and with our country during the time that we've been in school, time between donning our ill-fitting short white coats. We've been here through 2 presidents. We were in med school both before and during a global pandemic, and I guess after. Many of us even helped vaccinate against said pandemic. And, we might also be the last class to be before we're Eastern Old Dominion Health Sciences or something. I don't know what it is. We've also worked with some world-class faculty here, including one who is now 20 feet tall and made of bronze outside of Waitzer Hall. One who's a courtroom celebrity. My point is, if I even have a point, while time may have seemed to stand still for us during all our years learning here, it did not stand still in the real world. A lot has happened and a lot has changed, especially in the field of medicine, and now it's our turn to go out there and make our own changes, hopefully for the better, But anyway, so I just want to close by saying it's been my absolute pleasure to know all of you and to serve as your student body president for the last couple years. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for continually electing me so I could come up here and speak. Appreciate that. So congratulations, everyone. Very respectfully, Riley Suter.
It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Donald Combs, Vice President and Dean of the School of Health Professions, to give remarks and present candidates for degrees in the School of Health Professions.
Dang, tough act to follow, Riley and Todd. Thank you both. It's excellent speeches. So for those of you that are keeping track of where we are, this is Pomp and Circumstance. We're almost through with the pomp and ready for the circumstance, but not quite. So the month of May at EVMS is always special. Our students are becoming our graduates, taking another step in their path toward a lifetime service to humanity. As I think about this busy time in 2023, we often get so enmeshed in our work and our social lives of the moment that we do not take the time to be grateful for the good times and good fellowship. So, one point to remember: be grateful for good things in life, because it could always be otherwise. We are extremely proud of our graduates. We've tried hard to direct you to the knowledge that you need, to hone the skills necessary for your work, and to savor the give and take of a diverse group of colleagues. As Lewis Thomas wrote, we pass the word around, we ponder how the case is put by different people, we read the poetry, we meditate over the literature, we play the music, we change our minds, we reach an understanding. Society evolves this way, not by shouting each other down, but by the unique capacity of individual human beings to comprehend one another. Thank you for choosing EVMS, for making it a better place during your tenure, and for your commitment to service. We're proud of you, and we are excited to learn how each of you will choose to make the world a better place. Remember EVMS and help us to continue to develop as the most community-oriented school of medicine and health professions in the country. I got to end with a lesson from my mother. She had to teach it a whole bunch of times. I was a little slow, but I ultimately got it. And her comment was, if the last thing people remember about you is that you said thank you, that's a good thing. Thank you. Dr. Abu Hamid, would you please join me at the podium? Would the candidates for degrees from the EVMS School of Health Professions rise? Let's stand up. Dr. Abu Hamid, I am pleased to report that the faculty of Eastern Virginia Medical School, after due examination, or 2 or 3, have found the members of the class of 2023 to be fully qualified. On behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the degree candidates from the EVMS School of Health Professions.
Thank you, Doctor. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of Eastern Virginia Medical School and the laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby confer upon you and your fellows in absentia your respective degrees pending successful completion of degree requirements. You may all be seated.
To our students and our guests, this is the moment you've been waiting for. While this is a celebratory event, I would like to ask that you refrain from excessive celebration so that every name may be heard as graduates walk across the stage. Thank you. Will the director for the Doctor of Philosophy and Biomedical Sciences program, Dr. David Taylor Fishwick, and all of our dissertation mentors for the graduates, Dr. Laurie Wellman, Dr. Larry Sanford, Dr. Woon-Ki Kim, and Dr. Elena Gelkina, please come forward. Will the graduates in the EVMS Doctor of Philosophy and Biomedical Sciences class please come forward to be hooded and receive your diploma?
Austin Michael Adkins. Diana Gail Bohannon. William Coles Keeter.
We are proud to have a tradition of allowing family members with a formal EVMS affiliation to assist with hooding their graduate. Today, we have one graduate from the next program whose family member meets those criteria. Later in the ceremony, we will have additional graduates from the Doctor of Medicine program who will also participate in family hooding. We will conclude each program with our family hooding. At this time, will Dr. Liang Yu, Program Director, and Dr. Mahmoud Morshedi, Faculty Advisor for the Doctor of Philosophy in Reproductive Clinical Science, Embryology, and Andrology, come forward? Will the graduates in the Doctor of Reproductive Clinical Science program please come forward and to be hooded and receive your diplomas?
Maria Cecilia Manlimos Hermoso. Antonieta Di Berardino. Lisa Marie Wagner. Ryan Noel Salison. Dennis E. Marchese.
And now our family hooding.
Dr. Richard T. Scott Jr., Reproductive Endocrinology, Fellowship 1989, will hood his daughter. Catherine Lee Scott.
Will Dr. Gregory Scott, Program Director, and Dr. Amanda Quillen, Assistant Professor for the Doctor of Health Sciences program, come forward at this time? Will the graduates in the EVMS Doctor of Health Sciences program please come forward to be hooded and receive your diplomas?
Laura Killeen. Bridget Marie Mazzoni. Janine N. Garcia Sutton. Lee Taylor Mims. Kelly Ataiji Worka. Hannah Hutter. Gail Beth Bodner. Reginald Lamont Allen. Angie Ramos. Martin Adam Delgado. Alexandra Sayi. Abe Zubarev. Jada Nicole Harris. Melody Webb Johnson. Alexi Palmer Sinclair. Valisha Monique Parker. Muluk El Fayez. Ashley Givens. Farhan Farouk Bana. Robert Velasquez Jr. Jason D. Stalling. Thomas Moore. A. Todd Howell.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Science in Art Therapy and Counseling program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Jillian Grace Ullery. Hannah Christensen. Morgan Price. Kara Wilson. Rebecca Joy Jones. Natalie Amos. Catherine Meadows Levy. Paige Lynn Behringer. Isabel Sonia Kohuth. Catherine Patrick Kettner. Sabrina Saliba.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences medical program please come forward to receive your diploma?
Ashrar Dua. Ravjot Sani. Tyler William Lynn. Kai Rosbach. Sarah Park. Jashana Walia. Anisha Anand Sheth. Olivia Tran. Soraya Leftwich. Simone Alexis Heron. Alden Kaufman. Shannon Colleen Becker. Caleb John Vial. Jake Yoon. Zachary Connor Bowker. James Baden Collins. Alexa Ralios. Heather Christy Muitanti. Julianne Nicole Miranda. Emily Zhao. Megan Nicole Bianchetta. Kyle McKee. Jonathan Clark Stanley. Barbara Lovelace. Shazia Ahmed. Amira Azeria. Anmol Kiran Collin. Danielle Rosamond Berry. Melissa Webb.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences Research Program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Matthew Russell Bavuso. Lene Elizabeth Clark. Cassandra Lee Kirk. Julian Briseño Hatler. Haley Kimberly Flanzer. Ashley Elizabeth Hanna. Esther Beverly Jones Shaw.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Public Health Program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Eric Michael V. Rebecca Bolt. Emily Almeda Gaines. Cassandra Nicole McBride. Desmonee Gray. Tiffany Amber Gokenauer. Olubukola Elizabeth Kahinde. Denisha Lene Dunkley. Caitlin Joy Atarthi. Hannah Jean-Ann Starkey. Michaela Gwen Twisdale. Ashley Ann Elizabeth Steely. Brady Goggin. Osman Flowers. Hamoudi Zatam Musomani. Gwendolyn Roundtree. Dominique Lorraine Bennett. Kiami Tayshawn Walker. Rachel Elizabeth Bourne.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Physician Assistant program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Mackenzie Elizabeth Atkinson. Kayla Elizabeth Duplain. Margaret Williams Skopik. Justin Johnson. Samantha Sherwood Maxfield. Jamie Perez. Alexandra Carney Moore. Levi James Bauer. Najee A. Clark. Daniela Ramona Pizarro. Tiffany Leticia Garcia. Lee Ora Sardo Ruland. Bunpreet Kaur Gill. Megan Eileen Matthews. Jennifer Munna Hamoud. Samantha Sarah Kobasi. Lindsay Paige Mariana. Danielle Nguyen. Caitlin Marie Lorman. McKenna Marie Eliezoui. Kristen Renee Anglin. Michelle Tan. Amy Marie Riggs. Tiffany Lee. Donald Anthony Schmidt. Frank Damian Navera. Onacia Alicia Estefana Lambert. Bradley Thompson. Kirby Amanda Tallman. Herschel Russell Mack III. Jaspreet Takar. Samantha Victoria Reyes. Lindsay Smith Rami. Jessica Parker Hayden. David Forrest Haas. David Lee Cannon Jr. Christopher Thorne. Matthew Brubaker. Bianca June Bavette. Danielle Nicole Young. Erin Nicole Hughes. Alexandra Nicole Kivari. Memory Alexandra Basili. Lydia Webb Willis. Madison Taylor Glenn. Kendra Kennedy. Hollis Mackenzie Smith. Kyle Valentine. Nicholas James Croddick. Kevin DeMauro. Brian Tillman Case. Paul Mark Watterson. Adam Benjamin Chaplin. Kevin Wayne Hines. Michael Anthony Origema. Shannon Nicole Lopez. Thomas Kevin Morgan. Clayton Bo Grego. Christopher John Ward. Thomas Pritchett. Christopher Daniel Zyra. Taylor Alexander Glode.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Science in Reproductive Clinical Science, Embryology and Andrology program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Tristan Charin. Richard E. Slifkin. Sarah Ann Botello. Andrea Renee Dufault. Jessica Piguero. Devin Hodge. Zarin Suba. Karina Benediva. Brianna Bueller. Nicole Gardino. Aliyah Sheikh. Carmen Elizabeth Abraham. Samantha Chin Wilcott. Tiffany T. Duong. Julia Bowles. Bianca Combe Rojas. Kenya Queen Dillard. Aminata Sanu. Demetria Iliadi.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Surgical Assisting program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Haley Croft. Jasmine Carter. Janelle Alino. Sarah Ann Wiltshire. Jack Gaynor. Connor David Rem. Trina Jane Adams. Holly Ray Mordoff. Jordan Brianna Walker. Victoria Colley. Isabel Seligman. Sinquicity Thierry Shamley. Golfam Ali Subhani. Claire P. Carlson. Samantha Ann Digert. Jenna Kyung Kelsey. Alexander Sebastian Ramos. Alexis Tatiana Epps. Tajay Cole. Natalie Marie Kuhn. Elsa Maribel Garcia. Diana Chavez.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Science in Laboratory Animal Science program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Adasha Marie Cortez Luciano. Helen Michelle Scala. Kelsey Husar.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Science in Contemporary Human Anatomy program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Anne Vu. Abhi Rithvik. Victoria Riley. Lakia Danielle Beasley.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Health Sciences Pathologist Assistant program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Stephen Nguyen. Austin Jake Robbins. Laura Catherine Churchwell. Sarah Lynn Hall. Catherine Elizabeth Luteran. Marissa Grace Correa. Bailey Johnson. Courtney Nicole Hutchins. Aspen DeGolier. Michaela Charmaine Kastner. Natalie K. Legree. Jennifer Dodd. Cheyenne Lyon. Annette Zeller. Lee Sanders. Amy Tung. Angelica Grace Canero. Ariel Blankenship. Mara Thurber. Narim Song. Mingjing Xie. Marion Jessica Matney.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Healthcare Analytics program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Tony Lee McCreesh. Kira Kithana Clark.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Histotechnology program please come forward to receive your diploma?
Joshua Manshala.
Will the graduates in the EVMS Master of Healthcare Administration program please come forward to receive your diplomas?
Cameron Lester. Anna Kruti. Parth Patel. Regina Mercedes Tyndall.
At this time, Dr. Ronald Flenner, EVMS MD Class of 1989 alumnus and Vice Dean of Academic Affairs, will give remarks and present Doctor of Medicine degree candidates. Dr. Flenner.
Good morning. It truly is an honor and a pleasure to share this very special day with you all. Congratulations to all of the graduates, families, friends, and their loved ones. I don't want to spend much time, so I'll be very brief. I don't want to stand between the MD graduates and their time on this stage, which is very richly deserved. I know you all have had your eyes set on this path for quite some time, and as Riley pointed out, you've made many, many sacrifices and have worked very, very hard to achieve your dream of becoming physicians. You have faced many unprecedented challenges during your years here at EVMS. You've navigated them beautifully and with grace and determination, and for that, as the administration, we're very, very grateful to you. We're very acutely aware that the landscape of healthcare has changed forever, but with these new times come new opportunities to make a positive impact on your patients and the larger healthcare community. Hippocrates said, "Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is also a love of humanity." Please always remember at the foundation of all you do as a physician should be compassion and a love of humanity. And remember that it is a privilege to serve communities, to care for them, and to help heal them. It is an honor to wear the white coat, and it should always be worn with dignity, and I am confident that each of you will do that. Congratulations. Okay, Dr. Al-Mohammed, would you please join me at the podium? And at this time, I would like the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine to please rise. Dr. Al-Mohammed, I am pleased to report that the faculty of Eastern Virginia Medical School, after due examination, have found the members of the class of 2023 to be fully qualified. On behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Flenner. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of the Eastern Virginia Medical School and the laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby confer upon you and your fellows in absentia the degree of Doctor of Medicine, pending successful completion of degree requirements. You may all be seated.
Will the faculty hooding assistants for the Doctor of Medicine program, Dr. Millie Kunnerkat and Dr. Brooke Hooper, please come forward at this time. Will the Doctor of Medicine graduates please come forward to be hooded and receive your diplomas.
Riley Max Suter. Caroline Elizabeth Benz. Mackenzie Lee Wilson. Abby Christina Hankins. Travis Stewart Allen. Eric Batista. Kyle Divert. Christopher Joseph Sommer. Gagan Kumar Gupta. Mihir Karande. Chirag Patel. Shivam Ramesh Pandya. Aaron Kelly Bartholomew. Christian William Law. John Thomas Gauthier. Kaishalia Devi Sharma. Rohini Kaushulya Siva. Mark William Schmidt. Heidi Lynn Schoemaker. Christopher Myers. Mackenzie Reagan Barker. Monica Mary Hanna. Lauren Elizabeth Coltrane. Isai Hernandez. Vanessa Marie Rave. Sarah O'Berry. Mark Asher Clark. Adam Scott Trusty. Emily Kate Falcon. Marie Alley. Robert McCauley. Mark Elliott Johnson. Amira Safia Faruqi. Muhammad Ihsan Yassin. Saritha Atanagoda. Cody Ross Scott. Jordan James Terrell. Trevor Michael Uhl. Kaivalia Dandamudi. Manasa Balabanani. Sadhana Kukala. Kevin Matthew Guy. Andrew Rickelman. Robert Eugene Rogers III. Mahyar Rabi. Stephen James Forte. Aaron Edward Zweig. Bradley Flynn Conlin. Ryan Truitt. Cameron David Palmer. Abraham Christopher Van Voris. Ethan Miller Smalley. James Patrick Warfook. Chloe Megan Carr. Megan Muldowney. Julia Payton Worley. Surya Teha Gornani. Aaron Blos Lopachinsky. Samuel David Stevenson. Karen Erin Gabrielle Suhu. Tram Fung. Takora Natasha Lamel. Elizabeth Chusi Lee. Christine Soyoung Kim. Claire Virginia Weaver. Christina Jeanette Santana. Callie Marie Decision. Mark Franco Tresvalius Nepomuceno. Zachary David Perez. Jason Pham. John Lee. Richard Raymond Pahapil. Colin Edward Mahoney. Angeli Ann Chaco. Taylor Monet Dyson. Justin Hugh Lagbo. Sinyu Chi. Vaisali Chilamkurthi. Jennifer Claire Smith. Maria Maslianco. Lauren Truitt Gilgannon. Joseph David Rogers. Haley Michelle Ward. Blake Andrew Nowakowski. Kendall Howard. Taylor Williams. Wesley Von Washington. David Gabrahewitt Rusam. Ashley Lauren Peterson. Lauren Rachel Mason. Heather Denise Otts. Vivian Simone Burton. Fatima Zarin Arif. Robert Matthew Seaby. Charles Dylan Mix. Nicholas Peter Kochakian. Rachel Marie Holmes. Taylor Dobbins. Kendall William Melvin. Alexandra Love Carroll. Jack Fight. William Henry Colthorpe. Muhammad Muhammad. Tarek Zagade. Sean Shiva Sharma. Stefan Adrian Samgolier Edemobi. Kevin Michael Vogt. Jack Szymanski. Navya Nithivana. Gina Rose Vivino. Anne Eisman. Uma Marken. Marette Lund. Devin Jane Wilkins. Stephen Pierce Hayes. Justin Tyler Zaremba. Emery Morgan Cuellar. Jamie Keegan Garrity. Nicole Alexis Crofton. Gabriel Cody Enciso. Haley Ann Barker. Elizabeth Ann Beverly. Taylor Sterling Wallace. Madeline Rose Jocks. Megan Lynn Harmon. Serge Alexander Andreu. Alan Zhang. Aladdin Talib. James Chung. Mario Beltoya. Michael Camille Sade.
At this time, we will continue our tradition of family hooding for the Doctor of Medicine graduates.
Dr. Peter Burke, Assistant Professor of Clinical Internal Medicine, retired, will hood his daughter along with Dr. Alex Burke, MD Class of 2018, who will assist with hooding his sister. Sarah Elizabeth Burke. Dr. Stafford G. Brown Jr., Women's Imaging Fellowship 2012, will hood his son. Stafford George Brown III. Dr. Carolyn Morgan, graduate of the MD class of 2022, will hood her husband. Caleb Nathaniel Morgan. Dr. Mary A. Bowles, Assistant Professor in Neurology, will hood her son. Charles Edward Springer. Dr. Patricia Strauss, graduate of the MD class of 1984, will hood her daughter, Elizabeth Ann Strauss. Dr. Douglas D. Zhang, graduate of the MD class of 2022, will hood his wife, Holly Alexandra Suave.
Congratulations to all of our students. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kimberly Dempsey, EVMS PA Class of 2003 alumna and the director of the Master of Physician Assistant program, will lead the recitation of the Master of Physician Assistant Professional Oath.
The oath is printed on page 64 of your graduation program. I invite all physician assistants in the audience to rise and read the oath in unison with our graduates and faculty. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity and upon my honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Dr. Ronald Flenner, Vice Dean of Academic Affairs, who will lead the recitation of the Oath of Hippocrates. Dr. Flenner.
The oath is printed on page 65 of your graduation program, and I invite all physicians in the audience to rise and read the oath in unison with our faculty, alumni, and graduates. Upon this day of graduation from the Eastern Virginia Medical School, as I seek admission to the medical profession, I do solemnly affirm, as did the ancient Greeks, by all that I hold most sacred, that, according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and its stipulations. I hold my teachers in this art equal to my own parents and extend to them the respect and gratitude which is their due. I will by precept, lecture, and every other mode of instruction impart a knowledge of the art of my progeny and those of my teachers, and to the disciples bound by covenant and oath according to the law of medicine. I will follow that system of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider fit for the benefit of my patients, and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and for the prevention of disease, and will give no drugs and perform no operations for criminal purpose, nor far less suggest such a thing. With honor and dignity, I will practice my profession, not permitting consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to enter between duty and my patient. Into whatsoever houses I enter, I will go for the benefit of the sick and hold myself aloof from every voluntary act of wrongdoing or corruption. Whatever I may see or hear in the lives of others which ought not be spoken abroad, I will not divulge, reckoning that such should be kept secret. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respected by all people in all times. But should I trespass and violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot. Thank you, and you may now be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jennifer Campo, EVMS MD class of 1998 alumna and the chair of the EVMS Alumni Board, will offer remarks.
Hello and congratulations, class of 2023. I am delighted to be with you today, both as a graduate of EVMS and as the chair of the EVMS Alumni Board. Today is a celebratory day, and I hope you take in the excitement and share it with your friends and loved ones. As an EVMS graduate, you have the skills, education, and experience to make a real difference. The people surrounding you today represent a key part of your future. They are your friends, colleagues, confidants, advisors, and overall support system. You are also now part of an expert and growing community of more than 12,000 EVMS graduates across the country, a group that's ready to be there for you through challenges and cheer you on through successes. Trust me, this is an invaluable resource. I am so happy to welcome you into our alumni community. Please stay in touch. We cannot wait to hear about the great things you will accomplish. It's an honor to be here today. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you for joining us for today's celebration. This concludes our commencement exercises. I now ask the graduates in the class of 2023, please rise. Faculty and guests, please join me in congratulating today's graduates on their outstanding accomplishments. 3, 2,